look and then to stinker number, I believe it's 18, maybe 19. It will be in the under the video, so you'll know which one it is. I think it's 18. I've been asked a number of times to do a video of the what people call the airport route, so that's what this one is, the airport route today. Today is Friday, it's now 10 to 3 in the afternoon, so there may be some children, maybe sometime on this trip. I'm going to do the whole route. Now, I've been retired now for a year, but I'm going to keep on making these videos and put them up on YouTube. I'm not planning to take the site down for a considerable while, as it's proving pretty popular. And I will keep, and as I say, keep on making the videos. As I've said before on previous videos, they don't publish the routes anymore. The ones that are on YouTube that I've found that tend to be a bit out of date. So I'm going to go around the airport route that I last went on when I sat in the back of a test, and it'll more or less be, if not exactly be, what you might get if you take it on the airport route. Well, the airport route quite simply because it goes along the Coventry Road out by the airport, but I think it goes actually past the airport if memory serves well. So we're going to go around there today. I should be giving commentary most of the time, a good deal of the time I expect. It may not be a full, complete commentary as though I were sitting in test, but wherever there's a possibility that you might have a difficulty as a learner, I shall make some commentary in order to be as helpful as possible. Where there's a long period that I don't need to comment, I might just edit that out of the video. So expect some cuts here and there from the video. Now the first turning up ahead that we're going to come to is actually, I think, stinker number 1. And when I came out on the airport route, I'm sitting in the back on a test some time back, and this is the way we went. So I'm going to follow that route today. Was a complete route, as I say, that test went on, and they may still do this exactly this same route, but hopefully in any event it'll be helpful, and the area around by the airport also I hope will be helpful. So we've got a mini roundabout coming up. I've checked my mirror, it's clear behind. I'm going to take a left, just keeping an eye on this car on my left. It's just the sunshine. Now he has got reversing lights on. Mirrors then and left signal to go left at the roundabout. Watching the oncoming traffic, we're fine. Now not committing myself around these parked cars as I can see down the road. It looks fine. And I've got spaces to pull into anyway if necessary, because oncoming traffic has priority here. You can see all this on stinker number 1. Up ahead where the cars are braking and turning right, I'm also going to be turning right. So I'm checking my mirror. I've got somebody coming down behind me, not gaining over much, so checking rear and right mirrors, and I'm going to signal for the guy behind. In fact, I will signal on all turns here. It's not something that advanced drivers always do. As a learner, don't skip signals. I've covered this in previous videos, so I shall signal always, even if there's no one around, which will do you no harm at all on your test. You'll only get marked down for over signalling if you're going to mislead people. If you're coming to a junction, you should signal. And as for signalling moving off, I've covered that on the previous video. Just tiptoeing through here because of the cyclists, and there's a car on the right with his headlights on right on the corner of the road. I'm planning to turn right there. I've checked rear and right mirrors. There is a car following and one emerging, so signal now. Just keeping an eye on the guy emerging. Yeah, I feared he was going to do that, so he's reversing up and he couldn't get round. Doing a U-turn, and I'm going to follow him in, keeping an eye on blue here. I'm just watching black in case he decides to pull up now. We're okay. Checking the mirror, no one followed me in. Now someone's come in behind me. Again, tiptoeing through here. Children might be coming out of the school on the right very soon, so I think we've got all the parents blocking the road. Lots of cars at this point in time. Keeping tyres and tarmac with regard to the vehicle in front, and again just tiptoeing through carefully. Looking down the road ahead, I can see another vehicle just emerged into the road at the far end, so just going through very cautiously, and I'm going to wait just here for oncoming. Handbrake, I'll put it into neutral for a moment. Now there's no one else I can see moving ahead, so I'm going to check into my mirrors. I'm going to move away. Now this turn at the end, the left turn, can be pretty tricky if there's people parked just on the right on the corner. It can be difficult to see up the road ahead. You will get asked to turn left here. So mirrors, rear and near mirrors on our left signal. Approaching the turn cautiously. Now I'm slowing a bit early in case anybody's parked in the way. I can see reasonably well. They're all turning up here, so we're safe to go. Once we straighten the wheel, we check the mirror, change up. Okay, we come up to the roundabout. There's a zebra crossing just before the roundabout, which has caught many a learner out. I'm checking my mirror. No one close behind, but queuing traffic and cascading brake lights in front of me for the roundabout. I'm planning to go straight ahead. Now I'm not telling you everything I'm doing. I'm not telling you about my gear changes and so on and so forth. Just the kinds of things that might help you if you're at the kind of standard where you're going to go out past the airport. And again, I'm keeping my space from the Corsa in front of me. What else is tyres always and the road. Actually, at this time of day, it's now almost 3. We're going to see probably quite a few children, quite a few roadblocks with parents picking their children up. So probably not a bad time really to be making the video. Just in case, as I understand from talking to other instructors, they don't tend to take you out past the airport once the traffic gets busy. They might take you very early in the morning, if I've got it right, but when it's busy, they won't take you that way. If I remember rightly, when it's, one of the earliest lessons, tests tend to go out past the airport. Maybe at quiet times of day they might take you out there, but I don't think they do when it's really busy. But that's not set in stone. Take that with a pinch of salt. Keeping my space still from the vehicle in front. I'm going to go straight ahead at the roundabout. So keeping my eye on the mirror, making sure I keep the crossing clear. Although there's no one around, I don't want to go on it before I can get off it. So just holding it there on the clutch. Now we can move over. Taking the second exit at the roundabout, straight on. So early observation to the right. Creeping up. Looking for my opportunity. Green's gone across the front of me, so now's my space. Mirror, rear and near. Let's signal to come off. Lights here. No people around, so we're quite safe to keep moving, but going carefully just in case. We're quite safe. Mirror, got one following me. Quite lots of oncoming traffic. Road narrowing a little due to parked vehicles. Just approaching this with some caution on account of the large vehicle. I've got to give way anyway. I am checking my mirrors before I move out to the right. I have got space here. Ahead here, traffic following, got a crossing ahead, there is somebody waiting on the right, so I'm checking my mirror and bringing the speed down nice and steadily. I'm almost certainly going to leave the handbrake here. Having the car ready to go, I've engaged first gear, I'm ready to move on. No one on the crossing I can go on flashing out there. There's a couple of ways to get up to the Coventry Road, but I will go the way, as I say, I went the last time I sat in on the airport route test. So I'm going to turn left up ahead into Cranes Park Road. which will be the next on the left. Quite a bit of traffic around. It's no doubt due to the school rush, the school run. I can see just over the top of the traffic here, there's a zebra crossing just around the bend, so I'm going to be keeping my eye on that as I come up. Also keeping a careful eye on traffic coming out to the right. I'm going to need the handbrake. Checking all of the mirrors, all 3 mirrors before we move away in case I'm being overtaken. Now checking the mirror again, crossing is clear at the moment, but never go on a crossing if you can't get off it. So I'm just going to keep my speed down for a moment till it's clear on the far side. That looks fine. And I'm taking the next left turn after the bus shelter into Cranes Park Road. Still got a lot of queuing traffic ahead. Checking the mirrors, no one close behind. Car behind's 100 yards away, 100 metres away. I'm going to put my left signal on for traffic in front and behind. No one crossing my path here. So turning left into Cranes Park Road. Keep it well to the left. Parked vehicles along here. Checking the mirror as I'm coming to the road. Going to be on the lookout for oncoming here, passing parked vehicles. Get myself well over to the left for the approaching vehicle. And I'm going to take the second on the right by the Hungry Horse. In fact, no, I think the test route went for, you could go up there, but I think the one I was on was further down, so I'm going to go right to the end here. Keeping my eye on what's going on ahead of me. Road narrowing with parked vehicles, checking the mirrors, it's safe behind, no one approaching at the moment. Keeping well cleared as well. Place of safety away from parked vehicles on the left, equalising the danger, checking the mirrors, no one following at all, no sign of any approaching vehicles, so equalising the danger through here. Central position is best for safety for the car doors either side, and also improve my vision into the road ahead. Mirror, still no one following, and still clear ahead. Mirror, now just past the white car on the right, there will be a crossroads by the post box, but I'm going to turn right. Checking the mirror, one following behind now, so I'm going to signal right. As I say, always use your signals at junctions when you're on a test, a learner test. Approaching with caution here. Difficult to see, so you're going to need to be right down slow here. I'm in first. Well to the left because of the right hand bend and poor vision, and again coming through with caution, looking across the bend in case anybody's coming out. I can see somebody there. Just trying to look through all the parked vehicles on the right. I can just see a space on the right between all the vehicles, and after the motorbike I should be safe. Checking the mirrors first, going very cautiously now in case somebody else appears. Tiptoeing very carefully here, keeping my eye on these workers as well. Mirror, and over to the left as soon as possible, mindful of pedestrians and the dog on the left. One approaching, it's his priority because the vehicles are parked on my side, so I've got to wait for him. Leaving myself a good space for the van so I can get round, and I can also see up the road. Quite safe to go. Taking the next road on the left, mirrors. Guy in front of me is turning left, so I'm going to follow him in. The next one's turning left as well. Right for him, of course. Following him in as two, him in as well. Keep it well tucked over to the left. Mirror. Once I've straightened up. Two approaching. No problems at all. No one following at the moment. And at the end of this road, I'm planning to turn right. So I'm checking rear and right mirrors and signalling right. Close to the centre of the turn here. This needs to be first gear, particularly because of the car parked right on the corner, obscuring my vision. Creeping and peeping, we're safe to go, and I'm going to take the first on the left, checking the mirrors and left signal. Keeping myself well tucked across on the left in case anybody's approaching, as they are. And we're coming along now to the Coventry Road. Now sometimes you can get caught out at the end of here, because at this left turn, I mean, it's a mandatory left here, you can't go right, you can't go straight, you have to go left. So a signal isn't essential unless you think somebody will benefit from it. Of course, if you signal too early here, you'll be signalling for this road on the left, which would be wrong. So I'm not going to signal here because the car behind me knows exactly where I'm going. If the pedestrian about, I would. Now what you've got to watch out for here is there's a slip road on the left. So keep yourself tucked in and follow the corner around, and then use your mirrors to see if it's safe to move out. Yes, it is. I've got my signal on and right out into third screen. So keep close to the curb there. You can follow it around to the left because there is a slip lane there. And then as you're coming along the slip lane, keeping your speed down, check your mirrors, and if it's safe, move out to the right. Fair bit of traffic about. Lights are red ahead. I've checked my mirror. There's no one following. I'm backing off the gas early, because what I want to do if I can is keep the car moving. So I'm right off the gas. Now it's gone to green, so I'm taking second, and hopefully I won't have to stop it. It's taken a long time to move off, but I'm okay. I'm keeping it in second. That's safe to go. Checking right and left, it's all clear. Now this stretch is 40. In fact, most of this stretch of Coventry Road from way back is 40. All the way back at least to Haybon's Circus, and depending on which road you come out on, further still. So we're doing 40 now. I'm up to 5, keeping a nice space from the traffic ahead. Brake lights on the right, not a problem, and one overtaking. Staying well back from the vehicles in front. I can see brake lights on the bend, which means there are some lights around here. You won't know until you pass this green sign. There's a sign telling you there's lights, and the brake lights coming on left, right and centre. So I'm going to back off the gas. I can see parked vehicles in lane 1, so I'm slowing early. I've got no one behind me, so I'm planning to deal with a junction without stopping, but there's too much traffic ahead of me. That doesn't look likely. Remember when you stop to keep tyres and tarmac, the lights have changed, but I'm going to have to probably put the handbrake on and take first anyway. Checking all 3 mirrors here in case we've got bicycles or motorbikes passing. Bob and Tom, boy on a bike on your left, Tom, teenager on a motorbike on your right. Always look for Bob and Tom when you're moving off in a queue. Mirror, one following, quite close. Still in a 40, taking 4th. Got a Mini coming up over my right shoulder, but I'm doing close to 40, so I'm quite comfortable here. More lights ahead, it's a crossing. Checking the mirror, it's well back. I can see it's clear on the right. I'm checking the left, being very careful. Checking on the right, sorry. Yeah, crossing's clear, mirror. Just add a little bit of speed. In my car, I take 5th gear when I'm doing 40. Depending on the size of the engine you're driving, you might be happy in 4. But for me, my car likes 5th gear at 40. Checking the mirrors, looking across the bend. Traffic's moving nicely in lanes 1 and 2. And we're coming into a 50, so don't accelerate till you get to what they call the 50 gate. Now it's 50, now I can accelerate, and I'm going to take the turning on the left, the first exit on the left. Doing a steady 50, got a good nice space between me and I think it's a Porsche in front of me, and I'm taking the left in a third of a mile towards Solihull, Hampton and Biggin Hill. Mirrors, car behind not a threat at all, behaving himself. Following the road round, keeping in lane 1 so I can make my left turn ahead. It's the exit where the services are. I'm having frequent looks in my mirror to see the guy behind keeping his distance, which he is. And it's about time to signal now. Now, once we're up this stretch here, there's 2 possible options that we may be taking on, but I'm going to take the one I think most likely. Moving over to the left here. But I'm going to stay in this lane. I'm not taking the first exit on the left. I'm staying in this lane up to the roundabout. Now the speed has dropped to 40 here, and that left lane is closed anyway. And at the roundabout I'm going to take a left, which is heading towards the NEC and the NEC station, the international station. Got one coming up the hill quite speedily behind me, so signalling. And it's clear on the roundabout. Taking the left here. Now at the next roundabout, because of the road works, you're going to be forced to stay in this particular lane. We're taking the first exit left, so I'm going to signal for that. Bringing my speed down approach, I'm always preparing to stop and looking to go. It's clear on the right, so I can keep in the lane I am. Now you can take the left or the right lane here, but we're going to turn right at the top of the hill. I prefer the right here, so I'm letting the guy overtake me, and I'm going to move across. I'm signalling for him, and it's right second exit here. No one else close behind, just watching the car on the roundabout. We're fine to keep going. Now when you exit this roundabout, be very careful. Check rear and near mirrors and the left signal to come off. Taking the left lane if at all possible. Now what you have to look out for is bus lanes here. It's been a while since I've been along here. I'm not sure whether the bus lanes are still operative. But it's a 40 limit, so I'm taking 5. Now it's been quite a while, as I say. No sign of a bus lane anymore. Yes, there is. I'm going to move over, let the guy behind go past. But it looks as though the bus lane's not functioning, so you can stay in it. There's no time limits on it at all. It's been erased. Traffic lights ahead. Got a warning of traffic lights. It's probably a pedestrian crossing. Got some traffic in lane 2 behind, but no one in lane 1. Again, the bus lane signs have been rubbed out, so the bus lane is not functioning. And I'm going to go straight at the roundabout, second exit. Reducing speed, planning to stop, looking to go. Watching over to the right. I'm going to keep over well on the left going through here. Taking third, rear and near mirrors. Signal to exit. Bus lane signs are still rubbed out, so they're not functioning at the moment. We're in a 40, remember, along here. Now where it gets a bit tricky is after the next roundabout you're going to be asked to turn left, so you've got to have your wits about you here. But I'm going straight on. The bus lane is still not functioning, so I'm fine in this lane. Straight on, second exit. Mirror, I've got a white van behind me, not threatening at all, although the driver's behaving like a lunatic, clapping his hands. Now, clear on the right, keeping over to the left, well on the left position here, rear and near mirrors. I've got some traffic lights coming up where you'll be asked to turn left, so keep to the left, keep your signal on. If it goes off, put it back on again and take this left exit. And I've got the green arrow here. Now when you come around here, we have a change of speed limit to 30. Back on amber, somebody been killed here. And we've got a junction on the right. Mirror, just be aware of that junction, checking over there, so no problems. And we'll have a roundabout soon where I'm going to turn left, and I'm almost certain that's what you'll be told to do, unless they've made some changes. So mirror, white van behind, as far as his distance is concerned, behaving himself, taking first left at the roundabout, so signalling for the guy behind. I'm planning to stop, but I'm looking to go. What's the black car going to do? I have no idea, so I'm going to wait and give him a moment. He's coming up here, we can keep moving. Now it narrows a bit round here, so come round carefully. There's a cycle lane also here, or rather there are cyclists maybe along here. It's not exactly a lane, but there's a sign there for cyclists, so beware of those. And we've got quite a sharp bend here. Be sure and check your mirror on the bend. I would recommend not more than 25 around this bend at the most. Keeping yourself well tucked across to the left. And we've got a narrowing of the road here. And we have priority over oncoming, but don't presume. Make sure they're slowing down for you. There is no one there. Got a white van following me at a reasonable distance. Now try and get your wheels to straddle the hump to take the sting out of it. I'm doing 30, which is the speed limit along here, remember. You're okay at 30 around here. We'll be looking well ahead. Now this time the bollard's right in front of me, which means I've got to give way. And I'm probably going to have to stop because there's quite a number of vehicles here. And the sign on the left tells me to give way to oncoming. If that sign is circular, it's a prohibition, so you know you've got to give way. If it was rectangular, it would be information which would be telling you you can go. Checking my mirrors, I think I can make it without slowing down the oncoming. Nip nicely through, straddling the bump, quickly over to the left so I don't slow him down. Think about that when you're going through those chicanes. Don't slow down the opposing vehicle, even if it's your priority, unless you're sure he's giving way. If he's shown no signs of giving way, and it would be risky, then it's better just to slow down and if necessary stop. Straddling the bump here. We're in, what's the area called here? I'll tell you in a moment. I can't remember the name of the area here. But we're on the way back now to the test centre. Man behind's keeping his distance. I'm straddling the bump to take the sting out. There's a crossroads ahead, mirror. Guy on the right's not a threat. Guy on the left's not a threat. Watching them both carefully. No parking just here. Double yellow lines. Got one merged out from the left. Not a problem for me. Guy behind's behaving himself. Straddling the bump here. Watching Mr. Silver on the right. Watching the pedestrians on the left. Checking the mirror because I've got queuing traffic. So taking it nice and slowly. I can also see I've got flashing amber lights ahead. Probably a school then, and a zebra crossing. Tyres and tarmac from the vehicle in front. Remember, you haven't got to give a commentary, okay? I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You haven't got to give a commentary. Might be a good idea to ask your instructor to show you how to commentate, because it really helps. To commentate helps us to anticipate and to concentrate. It's really good skill. And it can get you looking, paying attention. So ask your instructor if he hasn't suggested it to give you some commentary lessons. I'm going to let this guy out because he got his nose in the way and the guy behind me has stopped anyway. Checking the mirrors before I go, keeping my eye on Silver on the right, not a problem. Got a mini roundabout coming up where I'm going straight ahead, and then it'll be a little stretch of dual cage road. Straddling the bump, being mindful of zebra crossing just on the other side. There's no one there at the moment. Being very careful about traffic on the right, just pootling up, we're okay. I'm going to keep to the left for the moment, but I'm going right to the next roundabout. So making an early signal now, and over we go. Turning right at the roundabout, second exit, mirror, signal. Got Jeff Burley in front of me, whom I recommend, by the way. Whenever people contact me for lessons, I normally recommend Jeff Burley. He's got a few people working for him. I don't know how good they are, but Jeff's good. He and I started at about the same time. Chatted to him many times in the test centre. He's a responsible man and he knows what he's doing, so I recommend Jeff Burley if you're having problems at all. I hope you're not, and I don't want to discourage you from staying with the instructor, God forbid. But if you haven't got an instructor yet and you're just looking at his videos out of curiosity, or if you're tempted to contact me, go to Jeff Burley. Checking the mirrors before the bend. I'm just under 30. I know there's a crossing round and I can see a red light over the hedge, so I'm bringing my speed off only. I'm always planning when I can to keep the car moving. So I'm taking second will do here. Checking the mirrors. All clear. Now just after the silver van parked on the left, I'm taking the left. The next left exit mirror. There's a bridge a little way along this road here, which I have covered on an earlier video. I think it's around about number 5 or 6. So if you want to check that out, it's round about there. I think it's 5 or 6, or it might even be 2 together on that particular video. Checking the mirror. The sunlight could be a problem here. I've got my visor down so I can see reasonably well. Checking the mirror. Car behind's well slowed. Approaching the junction, the bridge, with caution because there are no give way lines. So I need to be sure what the traffic on the other side is doing. But Mr. Burley is slowing down. Now I might be able to follow him in because he's going to block the road for me. Yes, I can. Moving out, checking my right mirror before moving out. Oncoming traffic is waiting. Mirrors. Still in the 30. That sign means there might be some aircraft noise, basically. It's just to warn you about the aircraft noise. The sign on the right there. Triangles, of course, are warnings. Circles are commands or prohibitions. So you've got a triangle here with a warning, which is a warning that there's a junction on the right. Checking the mirrors. Cars parked here, of course, throw you out. So you've got to be careful about the traffic on the right. Just keeping my eye on the guy on the left, we're okay. He was tempted for a moment, but he thought better of it. So that's the airport route. Now it used to be much more difficult when the bus lanes were active, but they're not active now, so it is okay to drive inside the big white line. There are no times on there that's telling you the bus lane is inactive, which makes it much easier. You just keep the left through the roundabouts, but be on the lookout for that set of traffic lights where you're going to be made to turn left immediately after the roundabout. But if you're on the left anyway, as you should be going across there, shouldn't be a problem. Checking the crossings, clear, mirror, no problem behind. Got queuing traffic here, probably still got children coming out of school, I imagine. Queuing traffic ahead. So we've covered the important part of the airport route. I hope that was helpful, and see you again next time. Bye for now.